caught in the glow of twilight fade. Silent whispers weave a serenade. Stars align in cosmic grace. Night wraps us in its embrace. Chasing shadows through the night.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Saturday morning cartoons. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Good morning, San Francisco. I'm not in San Francisco, but you can all fuck yourselves.
You know what to do.
I mean, you probably do on a daily basis.
Hey, wake up, San Francisco. It's time to... And everybody else out there, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Get one way up in there.
How's the music? Is it loud as shit?
It's super loud.
Keep you wake up, man. I know we had a late night last night, so not only motivate us to get us fucking into the mood, get us ready to go.
Well, I mean, for me, when that stream ended, like I crashed out after that stream, and that's why I'm even that's why I'm even awake this like early on my end. But for you guys, it's like West Coast is probably like, oh, this is a good time to end.
Yeah, it was. I liked it because it was. I think it was what, like 12 on my side, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like a 2-hour stream, and I started. I want to say at like 5 or whatever. So or no, was it 7? I think it was 7.
So finding a comfortable time for us, to make sure you're legit, and then I know it's probably early now. If I can go if I need to go an hour later at 10, because again, I'm trying to find I'm in between you on one side and my friend the other. So if I'm at 10. They can still come on.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where my audience is at time wise, because obviously even with my subscribers or whatever, and what I've noticed, especially in the last couple days that I've done streams, is that I get a lot better numbers on my streams consistently. Like 112
digits.
Yeah, I'm getting like 112 or 100. I think it was 112 for just last night, and that's just in one day. And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, I need to do this more often.
Yeah,
find a better time frame to do it in. Like,
one thing I was watching, when we were talking about analytics the other day and get our channels growing. So if you're new to the channel, first off, subscribe to this channel.
Absolutely, dude. Hit up Rockefeller. He does good stuff. He's a great commentator and also possibly a great co-host. I'm going to try to see if you're around, and I'm going to try to bring you on more often, man. You're good people.
You're like a film threat crew. I could be Andy, even like Chris Gore.
That's what I was even saying last night. I'm trying to find consistent people who would be down to do things more often, and then get my own thing going on. And it'll probably be on the off nights that other people aren't doing stuff, which the main night I've seen during the week, it seems like Wednesdays is kind of like a weeknight. People aren't doing stuff on Wednesdays, big stream
during the week. I'll just add to that. So last night I went head to head with Friday Night Tights. Not a good idea. We should probably do it if it was 4 o'clock.
Exactly.
Time, yeah. If we do it 2 hours after they start though. When people are getting, heard.
That's what I did. I did mine a couple hours later, and I still got. I mean, my channel is only 170, now 177. I gained 4 subscribers, which for me is kind of crazy. I gained 4 subscribers last night, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
For me, that's a big deal. Because my channel is so small. And
if you haven't shared this on your channel yet, if you haven't shared what we're watching right now, go underneath it here on your phone, share it on your channel. That's probably why, because every time I'm on your thing, I always go to my channel. I go right underneath, I share it on my channel with 335 gamers and say, hey, come hang out and chill. Come chill and say hi. And I spell hi, H-I-G-H.
See, that's the thing that I'm terrible at. I'm going to
get you into it. If we're going to be a dynamic duo,
not just self-promoting, but it's also just promoting in general. I'm like, what do I even hit? Because right now I'm just on StreamYards and X.
Oh no! I always try to keep it mobile, because the mobile is the best way to add emojis. So go to the mobile on YouTube.
Charging. Let me grab my phone.
If you can get to YouTube and watch this on YouTube, it's probably just right underneath of it. You just click underneath of it where it says download the video.
You're right. You're right. On phone, it just kind of gives you that option.
Everything is so much easier on the phone because it's meant to be. the mobile data. While you come back, I'll talk about what we're going to be getting into today, ladies and gentlemen. So let me put this to the side. Like I'm new to this, all right? I'm going to present this, so when he comes back, you can see. This is our goal for today. Oh, hold on. Let me remove that. First off, if you haven't been to the channel yet, in my other gaming channel, I'm fan casting for an upcoming Elden Ring movie. This is my number one Chad we're fan casting for. I got some good.
Oh, you want to do an Elden Ring movie?
They're making an Elden Ring movie.
Oh, they are doing. Okay,
that's what how Gary loves George R. R. Martin and says, why can't he fucking do Wins a Winner and shit like that? He got paid to write Elden Ring. And then with the success of it, they wanted him to write a part 2 and to contribute to writing the movie.
As much as I've played a lot of the FromSoft games, and Elden Ring is probably my favorite one of all of them because it's like a more open world and you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. But like I don't know the fucking lore other than there's the main bosses. Fuck, what are their names? Shit, this is how bad I am at gaming and remembering.
This is one of them. I'm gonna put them up right now. Because we're all getting new at this. I'm going to banner. I'm hitting this, and I'm putting General Radon fan cast. Right, add banner.
It's Radon, and then what's that really fucking hard? The really terrible. It's a great boss, but it's a hard boss to fight. It's the chick who's what's her name?
That's his sister, Melania.
Melania. Yeah, so it's Melania and Radon are like the main people. There's
like
also
a family. It's like Game of Thrones. It's like Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? So but this is like a family council.
It's like one of them is against the moon and some shit.
So they're all like brothers and sisters, right? And when the father passed away, there was they had the crown and they had like the Elden Ring. When he actually passed away, and all the brothers and sisters, somebody stole it. It was supposed to be passed down to somebody, but eventually, after he died, killed. It was stolen. It was shattered, and everybody took pieces, and they were trying to like put it back together. He's one of the brothers. They're demigods. There's one of them. They're demigods. They're not. Like it's a fucking great story. It's a 3-part trilogy, man. And he's one of the basic people that you will need for the beginning of the fucking first. Even if they do it. He's one of the main.
We got Sergeant Garatina in the chat. What's up, Sergeant? What you doing, man?
What's up going on, Sergeant?
I ain't got on the channel, man. What's up, brother?
GG's, bro. Thanks for hanging out, bro.
This guy's everywhere, dude. He's good people.
That's my boy right there. Morning, guys. Morning, Sergeant Garatina. Yo, I appreciate you hanging out all the time. Good people. I love you, man. Make sure I subscribe to the channel. I don't know if I have on this one because it's my secondary channel, but we're working on it. We're just trying to iron out behind the scenes. If you haven't seen, we're figuring out how to put your name up there, how to put Radon up there, how to go to banners. I'm doing it. I'm trying my best.
I'm still even still like I've done. I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 streams, and I'm still so new to StreamYards. Whenever I'm doing stuff, I'm like, oh, everything's fucking up, right? And everyone's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, I still don't know what's going on. Nobody's helping me.
Operator error. Code 4.
It's literally a user error, and I'm like, I'm like retarded every time.
Remember Zoolander when he's like, no, you idiot, it's in the computer. They're in the computer. We need to smash the fucking computer and get it out there.
Last night, and he did a Zelda fan cast days ago. Right on, man.
Right on, Zelda fan cast. I haven't got that.
I might actually check that out because
you know what? If you want to go to X or Discord and send me a message or a friend request, and that's how I get messages for links on there because I don't know how else to get links. Starting Gardena, I'd love to come on and talk about that because I am advocating for Timothy Chalamet. You got to think about when you're fan casting, they got to be current actors. They got to, fit the.
They got to be relevant, but also at the same time, you can like even if they're maybe like more of a TV actor than they are a movie actor. Like sure, movie actors are going to draw people more into movies, but I think there's like a lot of good TV actors that are getting overlooked. But also sometimes those don't translate. Like sometimes there's few people out there's like Walton Goggins, like that guy can do anything. That guy is fucking great in every goddamn role you put him in. And like you can put him in TV shows, you can put him in movies. He's just awesome.
He's really good. I like Walter Goggins.
Like Nathan Fillion, like that guy. Same thing. He's
gonna be good as Guy Gardner. He's gonna be really fucking good as Guy Gardner.
I think he's gonna surprise people even with that shitty haircut. Like I think
he's. If you've watched the cartoon, he's a nerd. He's like really too confident. I'm the best guy here. Watch, I got a ring. He's dork. You know what I mean? He's like, oh my god, this dude.
He's transcended just like his roles to the point where people reference him in TV shows. Like that, what was that? There was that really bad. It was like that terrible animation show. It was like a Big Mouth or whatever, which is like it's semi funny until you really think about it. And then you're like, oh, this is actually kind of disgusting. But there's like the one character who's like super obsessed with him, and you're just like, oh my god, he's transcended past his roles. Like everybody knows him, even in other shows. People reference him as a reference point, which is kind of crazy.
So make sure you go to my channel, my gaming channel, and put your thoughts in for the General Rodon fan casting. That's going to be going up as a poll next week. So I need some ideas. I got some great opinions. Shout out to everybody that did it. I appreciate it. But today, this is not the actual show, but I want to bring this up first because I am a gamer on my other channel. This is what
you have said you like this game. I've not played the second one, and it's not just because all that. It's not because of the hate of like everybody was talking about because of the. And I know what happens. Like everybody knows what happens. Whatever the golf scene or whatever. So I know.
I don't know if y'all can see my cursor, but can you see the fucking? Look at the rating. Look at the rating it's got.
Yeah, it has like I've heard what I've heard about it is the gameplay and like the actual playing of the game is really good. It's just what happens in the game people do not like. That's basically what I've heard. Like I said, I've not played the second game, but I don't know if it makes sense for the storyline. And you said like I think you were defending it. We're like, oh no, it makes sense, and I'm like, that's fine. I simply have not played it, and the overall thing seems to be like most people hate that part of it, but overall people actually do like the game. I mean, obviously even the rating, it's like it's still a good game, and I can say that for even like because I'm more of a TV show and movie watcher where I'm like I don't like what has happened, but I can still admit it's a good show. You know what I mean?
It's hard to do because it's a game and you have to have this fear of getting ate by zombies. And one of the best parts of the game is when you die, like, the death scenes, like I was saying, it's gory, it's brutal. You don't really get that because nobody ever dies in the show. So you don't really get to, get the fear of the infected that are going to kill you. But besides that,
dude, you actually just made like an oddly really good point there where it's like, you don't get the fear of losing. Yeah.
You don't get the fear of
when
losing.
You're watching a movie or show about something, like you don't see the people, like when you do see them lose or something dramatic happens, that's probably even why like say The Walking Dead, even though that wasn't a video game, I'm sure they've made one since then, but it's like when they kill Glenn or whatever, it was a comic book, but it's like when that happens, you're just like, holy shit, we lost one of our favorite characters out of nowhere, like, and he just like he gets beaten in front of you. You're like, what the fuck?
This would be cool.
That's what a video game does to you consistently, though. You're just cool like, oh no.
If you make a misstep because you're always walking on high planks or doing something, you get hit upside the head and die. But you've always got a companion, right? They're always like, oh no, Ellie. Every time you die, Ellie, watch out. Oh no, Ellie. It'd be cool if like they started an episode like, they're bringing a new girl in, her, her like little love interest that walk around hanging and and she falls. You see like she bang her head. She's like, oh no, Ellie, and she wakes up like it's a fucking dream or something. It'd be cool. People like, what the fuck is that? It'd be cool for the gamers.
Another great point. Like you can literally do like dream sequences of you could have the death scenes through a dream sequence where they just wake up out of a cold sweat and they're just like, oh my god, that could happen.
Nobody ever gets eaten, but you're getting that gore, you're getting that death, you're getting that like fear. Oh shit, what the fuck was that? Jump scare and shit.
It would be a simple way to throw in like the game mechanic of dying without actually having your character die. It's like and it would still bring that like shock value, but at the same time, like, ooh. And then you just do that randomly. It's just open the episode with that.
Yeah, that's so nobody knows what's going on. So when it happens, people just like, what the fuck was that? It's like, oh, that was just a dream. Be like, wait, because after like episode 4, when we watch it, we love Bella Ramsey. She's such a great actor. Oh my god, she's got to eat my zombie. Because then it goes, it's like a quick jump scare. Like, what the fuck? You died.
You know, it's funny watching
You
this
respawn,
watching this scene you have right there with Last of Us 2, and then you said Bella Ramsey. I was like, I don't see her anywhere. What are you talking about?
this is who Bella Ramsey's playing. If you look at her, it's fucking it's Ellie. It's supposed it was because it was
It's
written so long
definitely
ago.
it's basically based off of
Ellen Page. Yeah, it was at the time, and again, brutal as shit. This is the chick right here that is coming into the season 2. You can barely see her. But let me remove this one. Let me take this down, and I'll put her up on stage. This is the actress is playing her. We don't need, and everybody's like, well, if you see her in the game,
That's gonna be Abby.
This is gonna be Abby.
Oh my god, that's the same girl from Shameless, isn't it?
I don't know, but somebody mentioned that I think the other night, which I haven't watched, and I think and they said she's a good actress. They were like, if that's a girl from Shameless, she's a really good actress, and that's really all you
girl
need.
From Shameless. She's okay at best, in my opinion. I actually thought she was like the worst character in Shameless. If that's the same, like it looks like her. It looks like she maybe lost. She finally lost the baby fat because there was like 11 seasons, so you got to see her literally come from like probably a teenager into like an adult, and now it looks like she lost the baby fat from her face. But
yeah, man, I think again, when you play the game, the first time you meet her, she comes out like all fucking buff as shit. Like I just hit 280 fucking pounds, I just bro.
In there and I was just lifting and lifting.
And you know about the golf club scene, and people are like, "Oh, she needs to be big." No, to be a foe going against Bella Ramsey, you just have to be equal or bigger than. And I think she's equal to or bigger than the size. And put a golf club in your hand. Guns.
The main thing about like the antagonist needs to be is like you don't need to be physically intimidating. I mean that helps. That definitely that will immediately establish some type of dominance. But your screen presence needs to be able to like exude dominance. Like you need to be able to come onto the screen and just like your face is blank and like dead eyes or some shit, and it's just like this person you don't fuck with, and there's a reason that nobody else fucks with them, and it's because they can just like they drop everything. And
she's like a military asset, she's like a high, she's military trained. She doesn't have to be again big, but she does need to be in shape.
That's fine, but you don't need like exposition. You don't need an exposition dump. I was just like she was blah 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 blah. You don't need that. Like you need somebody who comes onto the screen is just like they don't
physically intimidating, dominates the scene, makes her a villain,
exude dominance.
Yeah, because you're right. Because halfway through the season, like in the game, you will become her when she's younger and see why she is who she is and what happened to her. And then by 2 or 3 episodes, her getting older, you'll kind of understand her because it's just like the dog in the Superman trailer. Everybody loves a dog. She's going to go through something humane that humanity drops on everybody, and just
if you give her a good enough backstory like episode, like which is probably what they're going to have to do. You got to do that too, especially for a TV show or whatever. It's like, okay, let's give this character a backstory episode, and then she goes through something crazy that she like. You see her go from like a regular person to like, nah, I don't fuck around anymore. And it's just like you just see her like the flip or the switch flips, and it's just like bam, all of a sudden just I'm a straight up killer now or whatever. And you need to see that to establish that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start out with like you see them and you're supposed to be like it might be weak when you first see it, but then they give that background episode afterwards, which would be the smart play, to be like, let's actually establish this character. That'd be the smart play.
In the game, by the time you meet fucking Abby, and when you do, like you meet when you first meet her, it's a 5-minute experience maximum. And not only are you terrified, or you hate her, you're fucking angry, you want to fucking kill her, you want to murder her. And then again, that'll be the end of like scene 3 or 4. And then it'll start scene episode 4 or 5 will be, I'm a little girl and I'm doing this with, and the family would be like, what the fuck is this? Just like we were talking earlier, like when you wake up, like, what the fuck was that? There's a lot of chances for them to do jump scares, turn scenes, different perspectives. It's great writing. That I hope
what's funny is you're making me want to actually check out the game, and
you should play it. Anybody that's going to watch this, so basically on my video game channel this week, I'm going to start a playthrough of it. It's a long game. I'm not going to do any, because I want people. I've seen a lot more people on my thing saying, I've never played the game. I kind of want to play the game first, so what I'll do is I'll play it on, a mode where it's a little bit challenging. I'll do it at a decent fucking pace because it's a long fucking game, and I should be able to get through it in a week, man. And there's some parts in there that because it's scene by scene shots. You're gonna see a shot on the game, and you're gonna be like, wait, I already saw this, and you're gonna be comparing it. I mean, literally side by fucking side, and I'm gonna play it this week. So anybody wants to watch me on my other channel.
It's funny because for someone like me for when I haven't played the game, I played the first one when it first came out, and I played it one time through, and then I'm not as big of a gamer as I used to be years ago. I mainly play MMOs and stuff like that, or stuff like Path or Rivals because it's free, but also Path of Exile. I kind of like more MMOs or RPGs in general, stuff like that. That's kind of my. Or games like Disgaea, which is it's virtual chess on crack, stuff like that. That's kind of more.
Is it free? Virtual chess?
No. It's called Disgaea. It's actually an animated. It's like an anime RPG, but it's played out characters can move on squares. What's the oldest game that did that? I think it was Final Fantasy Tactics or whatever. And it's so you have to move your characters in a specific way. They only have a certain amount of moves, and then they have special moves. This one's like that. Yeah. So it's like chess, and that's what I've equated it to. That's the easiest way to explain it to people. But it's crazy because I'm actually pretty damn good at those games. So I'm moving my characters all crazy. You can move 10 characters out of your main base square, and then from there, and they can pick each other up and throw them and do all this different stuff to it's a tactical game, and I like stuff like that. I'm really more into that. But
I don't know how we'd accomplish it, but if we can get an online poker for like last night for our Friday nights, hangouts, come chill and hang out Friday nights. If we can get an online poker session where I'm sitting here and be playing poker versus you and 2 other people, that'd be pretty fun. Dude, I don't know how we get it.
Dude, that'd be interesting.
We should look into that. It'd be fun for Friday nights.
Either poker or 5 card or five card stud or whatever, something like that. That'd be fucking awesome.
I'm gonna look into that. Maybe next week for our Friday night stream, we'll do something like that. You know what I mean? So, this is Ellie's love interest, Bella Ramsey's soon-to-be girlfriend. In the game, this is Dina.
I mean, I don't want to say it's. I mean, the hairstyle is obviously off, but I can see that girl looking like that one pretty easily.
Isabella Mert. How do I fucking? I don't want to hide it. I want to edit it.
Actually, if I'm being honest, the actress looks better than the game character, which is sometimes usually the reverse.
I don't know how old she, but she looks good in these recent pictures I got, man. Because you know what, she was in something else. I wanted to say she was in Madam Web. Because a couple of the pictures I got, she was from in the Madam Web.
Web?
I think she might be one of the girls in Madam Web. I'm not too. She was at the Madam Web premiere. Don't quote me on that, but when I was looking through pictures of it, because I hadn't heard of her friend.
There's three girls who are on the run or whatever. She might be one of them. I can't. I've literally memory hold that movie because
she was from the last night
and Sweeney
and appearing in Gun's Superman movie. She's in Gun's Superman movie. Is that the girl that's next to the Mr. Terrific dude that's got like the braids pulled back in her side? Is that her?
Is that Hot Girl?
I'm about to say
that's not Hot Girl. No.
There's a couple of pictures of her. Everyone I got, I was I tried to get one where it looked like her. She's like a chameleon. Every fucking picture, I'm like, that's her. This is her. This is her. But she's gotten older over the past couple of years. So when you said that, I was like, wait, that's not the girl with the fucking braids on the side. I guess it could be her. Different haircut.
I mean, she's pretty. Don't get me wrong. I'm more looking at the comparison that you have on screen right now, like her compared to that character. I don't think they kind of match up like that. Like the game character just looks like I don't know, a random vagabond,
This is going to be a hard character to convey. Like Bella Ramsey, she did good enough, but didn't do a great job as Ellie. This is going to be hard because now she has to play off of Bella Ramsey too. You know, this character has to play off.
On
Bella
top
Ramsey.
of that, I mean, like I feel like everybody else has more screen presence. Like a background character has more screen presence than Ellie does. Like she doesn't. Like she's supposed to be. At least from the first game that I remember, it's like, yeah, you're a scared kid, but at the same time, she becomes like adaptable in the scenarios that she's in. Like she gets there, and Joel is obviously the reason that like I don't feel they conveyed that very well, but we'll see. We'll see. I Young progress, improve film by film. That's also true. I do like that. That's the reason that I like. I mean, if Sharky Sharks, if you guys have ever watched like my channel, like I try to promote like a lot of indie films, and like I try to watch a lot of stuff that probably other people do not watch because of that reason. Because you'll see these people in those things, and you can see they're expanding their craft, and I usually appreciate that aspect of what they're doing, even if the movie might not be good. Because I'll say that I'll be like, well, the movie's not good, but this person was still good in it, or whatever. Like that happens all the time.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see it. I don't know how it's gonna. I guess the first one will probably be like a recap. You know, if they do it right, I guess the first show will be a recap.
Did you like season 1?
I like season 1. The lack of zombies is what the only problem I had, because there just wasn't a presence of fear of like, why, there was no fear of that when they were outside going across, and all of a sudden it was just a whole bunch of them at the end, like, we were running. I'm like, where the fuck did they all come from? And it was more or less like, like them running from people, which they do in part 2. So it's good they set it up for that, because
it's been like probably over 10 years since I played the first game when it first came out, whatever. And
they run at the end, they kind of run into that like encampment, you know what I mean? They go through a couple like, like scragglers in the fucking I always call it Philadelphia, but I'm wrong. Wherever the fucking city they crash into is.
I felt like they had cool scenes in it overall. I don't like Bella Ramsey, and it's not just because of like her portrayal of the character, but it's just in general, like watch her on screen. Like she's not a good actress, like, which is kind of crazy. She's not.
So now that you've
overhyped from Game of Thrones.
Now that you've seen part 1, go back and watch some scene comparisons of like, remember the part where this is gonna be some spoilers for season 1. So let me put it up here. We're gonna have some spoilers, right? So let me see if I can change. Let me hide that. Let me add spoilers season 1. Uncle Rockefeller's gotta get better at this. But yeah, something happens in part 1. Is that right? Can I show that? There we go. Spoilers up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So something happens in season 1, with like the brothers, when like accident happens and he accidentally takes, kill Henry and Hank. I think that's her name or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And Bella in the game, the way that Ellie reacts to it, and like Joel's like, hey, give me the gun, Henry. It's fucking way better in the game, man. And that's why I think it would have been the guy told him not to like watch the game. I don't want you to get influenced by their acting. I think they should have, so they knew what where the bar was set, and I need to at least meet that bar, if not get better. You know what I mean? And go back and watch that scene where the brothers, the black guys, the brothers in the fucking game, and then compare it to the actual. So
shit. Sorry.
I took my spoilers off. Yeah, it's they got a hard line. I think they should be telling the actors to watch for upcoming, because that was a hard thing to convey. This season is going to be even harder. Some of the scenes in there are going to be even harder. So they should have.
There's scenes people are looking forward to, I think, for the wrong reasons, because like even for someone like me, like I think Pedro Pascal has been like overly cast in too many things.
Yes.
But at the same time, I literally know somebody in person who knows Pedro, and he's like, dude, he's actually cool. He's a nice guy. Like, he has nothing but good things to say about him.
I'm not going to knock him for being an actor and accepting a paycheck.
No, exactly.
Every
it's
chance
like,
he gets.
like, yeah, if
I'm
you
just
just
tired of seeing
randomly
him in
came up to
every
me and
single
it was
fucking
just
role.
like, yeah, it's like, oh, here's like it came up to me. It's like, here's $100,000 to go ahead and be literally the opposite of who you are all the time. I'd be like, well, fuck it, man. I kind of need $100K right now. Like
he does another thing too that isn't fucking. Nobody's really mentioned it. I haven't seen it printed, but I've seen some things, and I'm assuming this. I think he takes low paychecks. He'll take kind of whatever in baselines, because even for season 3, The Mandalorian, they were trying to pay him to be a voice actor, to keep somebody else to fucking put the hat on.
Oh no, he voice literally he straight up did that. No, he already did that. Like,
but they were trying to pay him like a baseline salary of like $50,000 an episode, and he was like, oh, he had to go back in there, and he was already on season 3 when he was at the top of his game, and just came out of like, so either he's got a bad manager or just says, fuck it, I'll do it for whatever.
Yeah, he needs to go in there and do that anyway or whatever. But it's like, I mean, nowadays, shit, his lines in Mandalorian, I mean, for one, they're very few, and it's like, it wouldn't be hard to let's say AI that shit, and then also on top of that, find somebody else who just does like that kind of voice when you're behind a mask. Like it's not hard.
It's not. That's why I think he lowers his prices. But what it does is it muddies the water for other actors, because somebody's like, well, I can get Pedro Pascal for this price. Well, fuck, dude, I can't. It's like, I'm an actor. We got to keep a certain budget. Some people have values, standards that they want to fuck. Pedro Pascal was like, fuck it. If you give me a job, I'll take it. And that's why I think we see him so fucking much, because every company knows, hey, I know somebody that'll take this much money.
I'm actually convinced, like, there are certain actors, like he's definitely one of them, that he just happens to be walking around the lot, like when he's going to this next thing, and somebody's like, oh, dude, there's Pedro. Let's ask if he wants to be in this thing. And they just go up to him and it's like, hey, man, we're filming this over here. Do you want to come over? And it's like, yeah, okay, sure. You just happen to be on the Disney lot or the WB lot, wherever the fuck you're at. I feel like actors have that because they just happen to be around, and people are like, oh, who do we get? And all of a sudden they're driving around their little like souped up golf carts while they're driving around the lot, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, that guy, let's get him. He's already here. He works for us. Let's get him. Like, he's on contract. Let's do it.
Like we were talking about the writers last night. Disney seems like they've got 3 writers. One that's really good that writes these crazy. One that writes some fucking dialogue. It's a union fucking town. So when I need a writer,
I live in California.
Here's your fucking list.
I've been around Hollywood for like all of my life. Like the things that actually happen behind the scenes or whatever, it's crazy. And like the people,
which is another reason I think the diversity in Hollywood has happened, because we were talking about fan casting Zelda, right? So you need a miniature white guy, Timothy Chalamet. It kind of narrows your ability on who you're gonna pick. You know what I mean? When fan casting General Don, I'm like, put fucking M'Baku character from fucking Wakanda Forever in there. Put fucking Dwayne Rock Johnson. He's gonna have a fucking mask on. He don't need to look white. You know what I mean? He needs to be Melania's brother. He also needs to be a fucking demigod.
To be fair, I actually really like the M'Baku character. Like I thought that would have been a smarter idea to make him the new Black Panther. Like when Chadwick Boseman passed, it's like, dude, make him the new Black Panther. Do it. And like, sure, he would have to be he's a little bit bigger of a person in general, but it's like, give him the serum, make him Black Panther. He's a good actor. And it's like, sure, you would have a new take on Black Panther, because maybe he's like they're
gonna do it eventually.
Oh, they literally just should. They should have.
And they should have had him be like, until then, holding the mantle, or just like being amazing. Even Shuri was going to be Black Panther. Yeah.
Have him hold it until his son finally becomes old enough, or whatever kind of deal, and then you pass. I guess you could say
Uncle M'Baku.
Yeah, it's like Uncle M'Baku is the Black Panther.
So when the new Black Panther,
the next most powerful person to protect our thing, which is the way that their culture and society clearly does things.
And when the new Black Panther
have a ritual by combat, and he's literally the next in line who actually went and challenged him. So it's like, yeah, you would be the next one
instead of him dying and going to the fucking the Panther fucking verse, whatever the hell they call it, you know what I mean? M'Baku would end up dying and being the fucking motivation behind the next T'Challa. Yeah, it was right there, but they were like, you know what? We need a female-driven fucking lead instead because of
the thing that they went for was the which is the choice of what most people online or like, which is what studios in general are doing. It's just like, oh, we need strong female characters. And it's like people, I don't think they realize what strong female actually means. It doesn't mean you need to be able to outfight the dudes. Like strong females are way better in the roles that they usually are really good at, like which is let's say being seductive, and like they're usually the ones in power behind the scenes, and they don't realize that that's actually a fucking power on its own. They don't realize that, and there's like no this chick 120 pounds needs to be able to arm wrestle freaking like Arnold Schwarzenegger at his prime. Like she needs to be able to do it. You know, like that doesn't.
There's a good writing in this season coming up where Bella Ramsey, Ellie's character, will call out Pedro Pascal Joel for something he did in season 1, which is basically an older man lying to a younger female, because like they want to do female empowerment bullshit. This is what this is going to be, because this older man, I'm protecting this little girl. I'm going to lie to her and tell her this. Well, eventually that little girl is going to grow up. And if she figures out that you lied to her and you're her rock and you're her father, but then if in the past, it's like it creates a little unease, your relationship becomes a little bit different.
Is that in
that's what's about to happen in season 2? Yeah, something about to happen in season 2.
Second game. Okay,
yeah.
So
it's a lot more.
I literally have zero knowledge of it, other than I know the golf scene. That's it, and I know that Abby looks like.
This game has some of the best writing there is to it, man. Some of the best writing, some of the best brutal scenes. If you can see her face, she's fucking bloody as shit. It's Ellen Page beat up.
I literally have to just believe you based on your word. I haven't played it, but I've been curious about playing it because the backlash on it was like intense, and on top of that, like I don't know, at the time when that game came out, I definitely wasn't gaming anywhere as much as I probably have been in the last few years, and so to me it's like an older game, and I'm like, I would want to play the first game again first, and then play that right after to see if it actually lines up and makes sense. Because I don't know, like I said, I watch movies and TV shows and whatever, and like that's the main thing that I focus on. And when it comes to gaming, I would feel my opinion on that stuff, it'd be very inept. Like I don't think it wouldn't be a good opinion, because I don't follow along with enough of that stuff consistently like a lot of you guys do or whatever. But I mean, that's why I like hearing about it from all, like I said, what I've heard from everybody else is like, oh no, don't get it, this is shit, this is terrible. But now I'm hearing from you like it's one of the best things, and I'm like, well shit, I like all these people, I like you, man, whatever. And it's like, so I don't know what to believe until I actually try it myself. So even Sharky Sharks here in the chat says, I hated playing Abby playing as Abby first. Slowly appreciated her as the story progressed. Okay, like, see, I'm actually, what's crazy? I've been actually hearing that more and more, like from people overall, that they actually appreciated the game when they actually played it, instead of just like, for me, if I'm just being honest, I didn't play the game. I have not played the game. It wasn't because of the backlash. I just wasn't playing. But what I have heard consistently is actually people actually like the game, even the 4.49 rating here, which is a very high rating for a game. If I saw that and the game was maybe not $50, I'd probably go buy it, or like I'd go check it out.
So I didn't buy the game when it first came out. I was working my ass off, and I basically bought a PlayStation 4 when coronavirus hit. And then I bought like Gran Turismo and God of War. And it was like all these games were on sale. This was on sale for, I think, $20, which is crazy because you can't get it for less than $40 now. So I wasn't into all the controversy at the time. Not knowing that shit and just picking up a game, be like, what in the fuck is this? It's supposed to be like a movie or some shit.
Dude, I was buying like all the new games all the time when for simply the reason that I like my PlayStation, everything was more downstairs, and now I have it up here because my friend finally got his own or whatever. But it's like I would leave it down there because when he has his kids come over, his kids would play it, and then I'd watch them play it. And so I would experience watching the gameplay through somebody else because I was like, dude, I don't really actually want to play the game, but fuck it, I'll buy it anyways. And I did that for a lot of games, and there's a lot of games out there that I could say I liked watching. I can not say that I technically played them.
I recommend it's a good fucking game. Everybody wants it. If you can get it cheap, no more than $40. It's a big fucking game, so. And hopefully they do a great fucking job this season, man. That's all we can do is pray, right? I got a new banner I want to add to the. We can grab my coffee and add this. We'll start talking about that when we come back. Your thoughts?
Handle it. It's your Avengers Doomsday cast assemble. All right. Well, I don't know if they've. I can definitely say this: they've assembled like almost 30 fucking people, and just the amount of people alone. Like if you want to talk about Avengers Doomsday, I definitely have some opinions on this because I think not just the casting alone, but the budget makes it a failure. The budget alone makes it a failure because if you think about like RDJ got paid $90 million for 2 movies. That means $45 million went into this movie just for that one actor. Now they announced 27 other actors on top of him. Each one of those actors is worth, even if you just went with a cool million, each one of them are getting paid $1 million, right? So you're looking at 120, 130 million just to start the fucking movie. You're not talking about effects. You're not talking about everything else. You're looking at this movie is going to be like 300 million to 400 million dollars, maybe 500. That's how crazy these freaking things balloon out of proportion with that many people in it. On top of that, let alone like, okay, you're going to be looking at almost a 3-hour runtime guaranteed. That's just the first fucking movie. This movie would need to clear almost like 1.5 billion to make $1. Like once you really start racking it in and you really start adding it up with all the promotion and everything else going on, like it needs to make probably, let's even just say like 1.2 billion. It needs to make 1.2 billion to make $1 fucking dollar on return. That's a stupid fucking idea.
But is that not plausible? Could they not make 1.2? It might sound dumb, but could they not make 2? How has there been a $2 billion movie in the theaters yet?
Cool, man. Could
this if it was a $2 billion film and
give me
$1.2 get there?
$100 right now, and then in 2 to 3 years, I'm going to give you 101 back. Do you think that's a good
fucking money? The Disney's investors, these Bob Iger don't give a shit about these Disney investors.
Look, these are investor money. That's what I'm saying. Like if I were to ask you for $100 right now, and I'm like, dude, in 3 years, I'm going to give you $102 back. You'd be like, wow, man, I raked in the dough here.
He's going to take your $100 and then tank the fucking shares and be like, well, I'll give it to you, but it's only worth $20 now. If you wait 2 years, it might be worth $120.
It's a stupid investment. It's so
I would invest in Disney.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing you could ever hear of, right? Like nobody would do that. Nobody with a common sense mind would be like, oh man, in 3 years, I'm getting $2 more. This is a great investment. I mean, dude, throw it into a random fucking stock you've never heard of, and you got better chances. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I the problem was RDJ, which I can't guarantee is going to be a success. That's a lot of money right there. When you pay the main actor of 40,
John Cuckask, who was obviously on the show last night, but he was like, "Do you realize how hard it is to find you because of your name?"
What?
I think that like I had the same problem too when I was trying to find you, but I was like, okay,
this is a new channel though.
It's either really clever because when people type that in, it's gonna show something very famous, and then it'd be like, oh, now it's associated to you, but also
That's
how do I
Rockefeller.
scroll, yeah, like how do I scroll through all the bullshit to find that?
Yeah, it's when you figure out when I spell it right, it's easy to find it. You know what I mean? But until then,
Dude,
I'm just new. After I get 500, YouTube will probably promote me, and then we'll start be a little easier to find. Like, oh, you mean this right here? People been watching.
I've been using the name Cyfax for like almost 25 some odd years. Because,
yeah,
I made it up through watching Lord of the Rings and playing Mortal Kombat. Like it's a combination of like Cyrax, Sector, and then Shadowfax.
There's a couple of Cyfaxes on what is it,
now,
Twitter,
yeah, now I type it out and like they're actually there. There's people actually named that in real life, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I made this shit up 25 fucking years ago, and I've had no problems with it ever until I started to do YouTube, and I looked around and I was like, oh my god, there's people using this. I was like, dude, I've had this name since probably before these people were born. It's crazy.
Yeah, so again, I think when you take any kind of film, when you start with 80 million, but films are getting that now, right? So like, haven't we had $1 billion film? Like, how much is fucking Minecraft going on to make? And that doesn't have us. That's not even been. How much is Minecraft about to make? Is that going to make $1 billion fucking dollars?
Look, it looked like it was going to at first, but I have a feeling that thing's gonna like drop off pretty hard because the attention that it's getting is all that it's getting the TikTok attention, and so right now it's like at 350 million, and so it probably already made its money back, which is good. But I think when people are sitting there saying it's going to be $1 billion film, I don't think it's actually going to hit that. It'll probably drop off before then because that the appeal and the TikTok audience is not going back for like 2 or 3 time viewing because people are getting arrested. People are doing all this stupid shit. And like all that stuff is going to collapse the idea of like, this is a fun movie. Like, no.
Deadpool and Wolverine just made $1 billion, didn't it? And so the success for Avengers like Infinity War was they had it. Remember, I was talking to chefs in the kitchen. They had a lot of cooks. So they took James Gunn out, who's kind of like a comedy writer, but they did replace him with Ryan Reynolds. He's not confirmed to be in the movie, but we think that him and fucking Hugh Jackman are going to show up. Not to mention, what the hell was that fucking? He was going, he had like his claws out. Who saw that shit? The Marvel fucking thing?
It was like the 8-hour bullshit, and then like halfway through, he just does like that's a reference to a comic book, but
8 fucking hours. What was 8 hours 38 minutes and 58 seconds? What's that fucking reference to? I'm like, what the? It's got to be a time reference or some shit.
It's stupid. Yeah.
What
they realize is they probably make more money off shit like that than they do their movies. They were like,
but when they showed that,
make money through YouTube through this.
It showed me
people will watch it.
Remember Hugh Jackman? Not to remember. Where's fucking? We didn't say remember Deadpool because they're trying to keep him quiet. He's probably there too. They're just trying to like, hey, remember this character, and because he might be showing up. I think that's what I think Ryan Reynolds might be a contributing writer, hopefully, and give some kind of comedic, and I can see him making $1 billion easily, man.
I mean, the crazy part about it though is like the Doomsday movie making $1 billion probably won't even actually break even for them. Like when the cost, because every single Marvel movie that's came out, like they'll sit there and say, "Oh, this is the budget, this is this," and then a year later, it's actually like it's out of proportion. Like even like Doctor Strange ended up coming out to like $350 or $400 million after, but they reported it being under 200, and it's like, well, once you add the numbers in, like they didn't make shit off of that movie. Like they barely paid their catering cost. Like it's stupid. And a movie like this with 28 fucking actors that are relatively.
How many was it chairs? Like, how many chairs was it? 28?
I think it was 28. I think it ended up being 28. And just knowing that RDJ, just knowing that our Robert Downey Jr. is basically getting paid 45 per movie, so he's getting paid 90 for the 2 movies that he's going to be in. But so that means 45 for this movie. That's already your starting cost, 45. Now you add 27 on top of that, and even if they only get like each one of those is $1 million a piece, if not more than that. Like there's some actors on there that are getting definitely more than that.
They
So
better.
let's say a cool 120, before your movie starts rolling. That's fucking insane.
Well,
Like
some
it's
of them actually get $1 million
$120.
just for cameos. Let's say fucking Nightcrawler comes in just to get his
Dude,
fucking ass
dude,
grabbed, choked,
dude,
and dead. Will you get $1
dude.
million
No,
for
no.
that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because think about this,
You really
fucking
think that? I
dude.
mean, I know he's a legacy actor,
Mark
but
Hamill. Mark Hamill got paid $1 million for his cameo scene at the end of the first Star Wars movie. When all he does is he just shows up. That's all he does. He shows up for like 5 seconds. He got paid $1 million for that. For like 10 seconds, he got paid $1 million. You don't think everybody else is going to get that and or better? Absolutely, absolutely.
I just thought like union would be like a structured contract. Like I guess most of these fucking have done at least one film in the fucking Marvel universe. Yeah, I mean, I want to see who gets paid the lowest amount in Avengers Doomsday. Who's the lowest paid fucking actor, and what are they raking in?
Well, the other thing I was
Paid,
thinking
like Rachel
about is
Zegler
like
gets $6 to $7 million.
how long are these all cameos? Are these all characters that are in this the whole time? And if so, if they're actually characters, you got to think, okay, you need about 30 seconds to a minute of screen time per character. And if you did that, that's going to be about 40 minutes, give or take, between all these characters. That's 40 minutes of your movie just to show these characters. So how long is this movie going to be? Like, like this isn't, it becomes insane. Like when you really
Here's
start
some
thinking
homework. Here's some homework, chat. And I did this, I think it was probably been 2 weekends ago now, because it wasn't last weekend, because I went to Minecraft. Watch Avengers Infinity War to Bruce up and watch the beginning of it. Now imagine the Russos are going to be writing Doomsday and start to be like, okay, not Thanos, fucking Doctor Doom, not fucking you'll see Loki and Thor in the beginning, be like, okay, well, it's gonna be this person gonna be replaced with, and just start replacing people and watching, be like, this could work. It's the same format that our Russos have already done and have achieved before several times. It could work. It needs to make sure that there's a manager, like we were saying in the background, and not to, if they start veering off track, to rope their ass back in. No, stay on topic.
I feel like the Russos are kind of like I don't want to say the same way as Zack Snyder, but like they can film very good looking stuff. They can't write for shit. It's the same way as like Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder cannot film what he wrote worth of shit. Like when it's like produced and filmed by XYZ, like by said person, they can't do it. Like if they can film other people's stuff very well. So it'll depend on the writers. Like, and I mean, if we're looking at what Disney and Marvel has been putting out in the last few years, I don't have faith in it at all, because they can't even fucking write Daredevil, which is literally a layup for them.
The gender politics and the diversity, DEI, apparently, like
once you throw that into it on top of everything else, I was throwing that out the window. I was just like, let's let that just fly. But you throw that into it,
in the Twitterverse, it's going to
be a fucking disaster.
When I woke up in the Twitterverse, they're talking about, I guess, Fantastic Four is going to be more of a female. They're going to focus on Susan, which is fine because she's going to have a kid, and that's going to be integral. But then they said they're possibly going to make Thing and Flamer flame on, like a couple, or could have been. We don't know. It's going to be some kind. It's like, the fuck? Why?
That's her brother or whatever. Like, so that doesn't.
No. Thing and fucking him are going to be like, they're not brothers.
Oh wow. That would be fun. If that's actually
now, if I should now go back and watch the trailer, you'll see him be like, he's like laying on the couch, and like, huh? He's like looking really gay, but like when they start looking at each other, you'd be like, oh no, they might take it out. But I've heard it might be like they're gay. Not just like he's gay.
That brings a whole new meaning to the term rock bottom. Like,
yeah, if you do something like that, it's like, look, we don't need to know who they're having sex with or dating on the side. You just get rid of it and focus on if they're going to be a major part of Doomsday, the Fantastic Four. Yeah. So what you need to do is not worried about because they're only going to have 20 minutes of screen time. We don't need to hear about their bedroom alter egos. for the 20 minutes they're on there in Avengers maximum, you know?
From what I've heard, it's like the movie's barely like an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 40 minutes. And it's like, it kind of needs to be the setup for Doomsday because there's
Yeah.
nothing else. Like, the other thing that I thought was stupid is the way with the release of all those names and everything for Doomsday, it kind of spoils the next two movies. Like,
well,
but
I think it spoils Fantastic Four. What's going to happen to Galactus?
It spoils Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. That means, like, so the fan theories and the theories are like, okay, they lose against Galactus, and something happens, and apparently, what it sounds like is Doom, like Doctor Doom, sends them into the 616 universe because the universe that they're in is clearly not obviously the world that we're used to in the MCU. So it sounds like they get kicked over. Like something happens, like okay, Galactus is about to devour the planet, and he probably wins. Like he actually defeats them, but they all get sent over into the 616, and then Doctor Doom is now in the 616, where compared to their fucking reality, he would be like a tech genius and like destroy everything. Like he's going to overtake everything, and now he has to be the new big bad guy. That's what it sounds like to me. Because that's literally what it's been set up to do. Also, in the Thunderbolts, it shows characters from the Thunderbolts in the Doomsday trailer, which shows which characters actually live. And I mean, we kind of already know, like Ghost is going to die. She's not even in like some of the trailer shots or whatever. Ghost dies.
Well, we don't know that. Everybody keeps saying Ghost. I think Disney's not good at MacGuffins and misdirections. She could go into the void, and that could be why they're going in there to capture her, and that's why we never see any of her fucking shit. Because when they're walking in the void, we never see her.
She's literally the only character on their team, like because this is the Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. She's the only character on the team that should be able to possibly defeat Sentry. Yeah. Who's also the Void, Sentry Void, same character, whatever. It's the only character they have on their team that can do that because everyone else is just like run and gun. They're
gonna use some PTSD. Fucking Bucky's gonna be like, "Look, man, I've been there, bro. I used to be a murderer too. It's okay, man. I murdered people for hire." They're gonna do some bullshit like that because that's why they walk. They even show the rubber chicken running around. When it goes into the void, it looks less scary.
Sun's going real low, big guy. Like they're gonna do that shit to fucking Sentry, and it's like you're gonna get murked. You're gonna get murked real quick.
But I think Ghost is gonna make. I keep hearing a lot of people talking about Ghost. I think she'll make it. I don't think she's in Avengers Doomsday because her character doesn't fit. Because she was not a very popular character. But I think she'll make it through.
She's literally like they originally had. There's even scenes in the trailer where like she's in the elevator, and then there's another elevator shot where she's not in the elevator. So I think when they first go up the elevator, she's going to be there. Sentry's going to kill her, and then when they drop out of the elevator, like they take the elevator down after.
Is there space for her to be standing? Is there any space where she could be standing and they digitally removed her? Because they've done that in trailers several times.
Possibly. Like they've done that with
to make you think, oh, somebody's gonna die. Why do either I need to go see it, see why she died, or why do I want to see it? They'd be like, wait,
why would you care? It's like she's not a character nobody cares. Like she's a character nobody cares about, and which would make sense to
just the way they build
literally to remove her,
throwaway character, get rid of her.
Yeah,
I hope they don't do that.
Somebody has to die. Like they have to. Like you've seen the character. You've seen what you've seen what Void does. Like he literally makes people into shadows. And it's like something's gonna happen, and they have to do that to some of these characters. Like,
so have you ever seen the digital part of where like Dr. Doom walks up and he's like the fucking Cyclops tries to shoot him with his fucking beam, and he puts a hand up and stops it and pushes it back and then fucking shoots it back into Cyclops and fucking blows his head off. Then Colossus tries to come up to him, kind of like similar to Hulk and Thanos, and tries to fight him. He just fucking grabs him by the throat, picks him up, slams him, then he fucking goes and fucking force chokes him and just holds him up like that and like looking at him like it drops. It's like a CGI little animated thing of Dr. Doom. They should open the movie like that, similar to when Thanos beat the fuck out of Hulk and all them. It'd be just, like that's where they get the one where you see Doom looking down and you got the fucking spinal cord like this because he just ripped somebody's spine out.
Yeah.
If Russo's need to do, and they're good at doing the comic shot for shot comics, it probably won't be the same character. It'll fit the character we are.
That's what they need. They need to do some crazy shit like that. And also,
It will be that
Sharks says, "Cute kitten." This is Calypso. She's my streaming buddy. Usually, like Marvel Rivals changed their screen. I used to have this up there, and there was like dragons flying around, and she would swat at all the dragons. And that's kind of what I usually put this up for. Now it's just shooting fireworks, so she's not as interested. But she used to sit there and swat at that, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I have a streaming partner who just like," and everybody would comment on her. But now she's not interested in the fireworks, so I need to find a new background.
Yo, man, we running up on an hour, man. I think let me see. Let me play some music. We'll start giving some outros. If you want to shout yourself out and shit like that, man, how do people can find you? I think I put you.
Sure, you can find me at Syfax on YouTube, and then tomorrow I'll be on the DA's office. And I might do a stream later tonight if you're down. If you're
man,
joining, I need to find a topic. I mean, it's only 7 a.m, so I'm waiting to see some news coming out or whatever. Maybe I'll find something to talk about, and then I'll have something going on, or hopefully I'll have something going on. And yeah, just find me at Syfax. And on Tuesday, I'll be doing the season finale recap of Daredevil season finale. Because DA is going to be flying to Japan. So instead of him doing it, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to try to have a few people on that are willing to talk about it. As long as you've seen it, hit me up, and then I'll try and get that going as well. But yes, other than that, I'm also going to Vegas next week for the FNT meetup. And so the rest of that week will be kind of like in the void because there'll be random videos and stuff or whatever. I'll try and see what's going on.
GG's.
So anybody ever wants? How many views you got overnight? A lot. Yes.
Man.
I've been noticing. I've been getting good views on my streams, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So I need to do that more. Yes.
Yeah, man. Everybody.
Jackass, awesome. You do not love Daredevil. You know it. Everybody knows it. You fucking liar.
Maybe we'll talk about
that. If you do,
it's not the finale yet, right? It wasn't the actual finale yet.
No. Tuesday is the finale. Yeah. Tuesday is the 9th episode, and I hate when they do 9-episode things because you always know, like, when the penultimate episode, which is the episode before the last one, is or before the ending, when that's supposed to usually be your big finale, like the penultimate episode tends to usually be the better one. And if episode 8 is your better episode, I can't imagine what the fuck they're doing with the finale. Like they need to do something crazy to make people come back.
We'll talk about it next week. How about that?
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, man. It was great. I had a pleasure. It was my pleasure. I hope y'all had a great time. I'm going to do this every Saturday and Sunday, Friday nights and Saturday mornings. So stick around, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see y'all next time.
Do it.
Peace out, everybody. Thanks a lot.